If you're wondering why manifesting is so difficult, you've come to the right place. So let's talk about it. Hi my friend, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Zach and I help guide spiritual seekers like yourself release their fears and deepen their connection to the spirit within, and to remind you that you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and you are worthy. So if you've overcome some of the barriers that we're going to discuss in this video, I would love to hear in the comments what you've done, because I'm truly curious what has worked for you, and I'm sure a lot of the people that will be watching this video will also be curious what has worked for some other people other than myself. And at the end of the video, we are going to discuss some of the action steps you can take to make your manifestations easier. The primary reason that manifesting is so difficult that I have found for myself is paying too much attention to what is. And not just what is, but what is missing. I like to think about this missing tile syndrome that they discuss in psychology. And I've discussed it in my videos previously. But when we have this, it's this idea that we have this beautiful wall of perfect tile. It's stunning, stunning purple blue tile. And it's perfect in every way, and it's all across the wall. But there's one missing tile. And our attention, our focus goes to that one missing tile. And for me, I find that one missing tile becomes such an irritant. And I just keep focusing, directing my attention at that one missing tile. When I have this entire wall to appreciate and enjoy, I'm focused on that one singular tile. And this missing tile syndrome reminds me of the story of the two wolves. Grandpa Joe is telling his grandson Zach that there's a battle within us. There's a battle of two wolves. One wolf is the dark wolf. It's the wolf of ignorance, of greed, of anger, resentment, of jealousy, of fear. And then there's the other wolf, the wolf of light, the wolf of kindness, hope, generosity, love, gratitude, compassion, wisdom. And he tells young Zachary that this battle is constantly warring inside of us. And Zachary looks confused and he says, well, Grandpa Joe, if there's two wolves inside of us, which one wins? And Grandpa Joe smiles and says, whichever one you feed, Zachary, whichever one you feed. The missing tile will continue to get bigger in our mind's eye. The thing missing in our life will continue to get bigger as we keep paying attention to it. Too much attention to what is feeds what is. In the law of attraction, that which is like unto itself is drawn. As I use my focus and my creative capacity to look at what is missing, I send out that vibrational signal that this is missing. And the universe says, your wish is our command. We will match the vibrational frequency that you are emitting, and you get more of what is missing. The rich get rich, the poor get poorer, the healthy get healthier, and the sick get sick. It's all dependent upon where our focus is. We are emitting a vibrational frequency in every moment. And so every moment is an opportunity to observe the beauty and the joy that is within and around us at all times, whether that be in relationship to the thing that is wanted or other areas of our lives. We have the opportunity to change our focus towards what we want rather than what we do not have. Before we continue on to our second point, I would be so grateful and appreciative if you had that subscribe button down below so that we can continue on this journey of spiritual awakening and manifesting together. And the second thing that I found for myself that prevents these manifestations from showing up for me is being lazy, not doing the work, and impatience. This ties in very intimately to point number one. When I get distracted by that missing tile and I'm feeding that dark wolf of what's missing, the fear, the anger, the resentment, I don't want to do the work. It's difficult. And when I've been doing the work and the results are not immediately showing up for me within a few days or a week, I get very frustrated, right? I'm consistently paying attention to that missing tile, and I become very impatient. I'm doing the work, I'm meditating, I'm visualizing, I'm scripting, I'm journaling, I'm practicing faith, I'm practicing surrender. Why isn't my stuff showing up? And it brings me to this perfect quote by Cynthia Ocelli. For the seed to achieve its greatest expression, it must first come completely undone. Its shell cracks, its insides spill out, and for those who didn't understand growth, it would look like complete destruction. It also makes me think of the quote, gestation is long, birth is short. I don't know who said that one, but it's a great one. I get very impatient. And when I'm impatient and I'm paying attention to what is, I start to sulk and I get lazy and I stop doing the work. I stop meditating. Heck, I haven't scripted in the last 4 months. Do I think that I'm going to get a manifestation that I truly desire when I've not done the work? I am not sending that vibrational signal. I'm not emitting the vibrational signal that I am in the presence of my desire. I'm not letting go. I'm not truly surrendering. I'm stuck on that missing tile and I just can't get my focus away from it. And so the work for me has always been meditate. Get your attention off of that missing tile. Visualize myself in the presence. How would it feel if my desire were present now? Put myself into the feeling state of being there with my desire. Send that vibrational signal. Make it a dominant vibration. I know what I need to do, but I get lazy because I'm not paying attention, or because I'm paying attention to that missing tile right there that's driving me insane, that's frustrating me. Whether that be the money or the health or the relationship. I've got a lot of those things. And so that brings us to point number 3. And that reason is lack of gratitude. When I am feeding my fear because I'm noticing what's wrong, how am I supposed to allow that joy into my body, into my heart? How am I supposed to emit a frequency of joy, of appreciation that I am with my desire if I'm not grateful? If I'm feeding the dark wolf, if I'm feeding the fear? I can't possibly do that. I do that commonly. Lao Tzu said, a grateful mind is a happy mind. I would go even further and say a grateful mind is a powerful mind. A grateful heart is a powerful heart. It's a practice. All of these are practices of switching, right? I have to emit a particular frequency if I want that desire to show up for me. Gratitude is the frequency range of complete union, of complete alignment with my inner being, with Source, with God. When I recognize that, I can then do the work that I'm about to share with you in a second. But with the practice of gratitude, I'm no longer feeding the dark wolf. I'm feeding the light wolf. I'm feeding the wolf of trust, of belief, of hope, faith, of joy, of bliss, of peace, of gratitude, right? I'm feeding it by driving my focus and attention towards the beauty of all those other tiles. I am putting myself in the frequency range so that I can surrender and allow the thing that I so dearly desire to easily flow into my experience. Gratitude is the key. These are my 3 hardships, paying too much attention to what is. And I know I'm not alone. I know you're with me on that. Number 2, being too lazy, just not doing the work, and being impatient when I am doing the work. And then number 3, my lack of gratitude. These all tie in together. These are all going to be working together. I feel them all the time. I'm sure you're feeling them right now, hence the reason you're working that. And so, what do we do to break free of these constraints? This is what we do. I do these 3 things on a daily basis, and they've changed my life completely, and I want you to do them with me. So the first thing that we do is we spend 15 to 20 minutes a day meditating. Now, why do we meditate? Even if you can't meditate or you think you can't meditate, we meditate because we want to gain awareness of our mind and our emotions while we're moving throughout the day. This is the most powerful practice you can incorporate. It is the practice of developing mindfulness and awareness of my present moment. And so when I find myself going awry and I start focusing on that missing tile and I start feeding that dark wolf, what do? I catch it and I flip it, right? I begin to go, oh, no, I'm not just going to pay attention to that. I am going to look at all this beauty and joy that surrounds me, all of these other tiles that are present, and I'm going to incorporate number 3, I'm kind of doing this in a roundabout way, my gratitude practice. So my gratitude practice is I say 10 things that I'm grateful for every morning and before bed. I try to incorporate those throughout the day, just gratitude for this, gratitude for that. Oh, I'm grateful I had a nice deep breath. I'm grateful that my eyes are working right now. I'm grateful that I'm having this wonderful conversation. I'm grateful for all of these beautiful tiles, right? That's our 3rd step. Excuse me. Our 2nd step, after we've done that meditation, we do this once a day. We spend 5 to 10 minutes and we visualize or we script and journal about our desire, about the thing we are so dearly asking for, right? The heart's desire. I ask myself, how would I feel if my desire were present now? How would I feel if my desire were present now in this moment? And I write about it. And I ask myself that as I visualize myself experiencing the desire. I experience it whether I be writing that or whether I be imagining it. I am practice the state of the specific frequency so that the universe, my inner being, says, your wish is my command. You've asked, it is always given. What you seek is seeking you. These are the 3 practices. I meditate for 15 to 20 minutes, I journal for 5 to 10 minutes, or I visualize for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I practice gratitude. Every morning I practice with 10 things that I'm grateful for. Every night before falling asleep, I practice 10 things that I'm grateful for. And every minute in between throughout the day, when I catch myself, I have that awareness, I say, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I can watch this video. I'm thankful that I, Zach, have been able to make this video for you. I'm grateful that my vocal cords work. I'm grateful that my heart is beating perfectly. I'm grateful that I can see this camera. I'm grateful that I'm standing here and my body feels strong and wonderful. We practice the gratitude. So those are our 3 practices. If you just incorporate those 3 simple practices, which I've done many videos on before, you will break free of these patterns. They will arise. We are human beings. They will arise. But with those 3 processes and those 3 daily practices, we will begin to break free of these barriers to our manifestation, to our success. And if you have something else that you incorporate into your daily practice, like I said earlier, I would love to hear your feedback. I love your comments. I'd love to see what you do to break free of these patterns, if these are patterns for yourself, or maybe you have other patterns or behaviors, barriers that prevent your manifestation from showing up for you. I would love to hear it. Put it down in the comments for me. With that being said, I'm so grateful for you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. My inner being, my counsel reminds me all the time, and I want to remind you, you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, and you are worthy. Remember that, believe that, know that, make that your mantra, okay? You will break free, incorporate those practices, and these barriers will break down. I can promise you that, okay? They've broken down for me every time I incorporate them, and then they build back up, and then they break back down, and they build back up. They break back down, they build back. It is just the practice and the process of life, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until our next video, I will see you then. Be well. I love you, and I will see you soon.